Hi, welcome to Simple Steps with your host Alvin Garcia, and today I want to talk about juicing or blending, and it's become quite a hot topic. You see different mixers out there, different juicers on commercial, or you can literally walk through an aisle at your local department store and you'll see a variety of different machines that will either give you juice or they encourage you to blend your vegetables or a combination of both. And it could be very confusing. There's even books out there that even I've noticed. If you have an ailment, page 5 tells you what to put in your juice or blend these vegetables and voila, you're gonna be back to normal. Well, reality is we wish that we can have a magic pill and a magic solution, but in reality, juicing or blending is very healthy for you. I started my own personal journey by visiting different juice bars, and I would pick, give me the green juice, or give me a zinger, and they have different names, and they put different fruits or different vegetables, and I noticed that I was going back for more. But budget is a constraint. I didn't want to invest in a machine that probably would be used once or twice, and people that I do know, they buy this machine, they're all excited, they buy all these vegetables, and guess what happens? It goes up on a shelf and it collects dust, and I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to make a commitment. I also wanted to figure out, how do I enjoy it myself? You know, you see people putting in the vegetables and the fruits in the stores and you're going, wow, that's great. And then you wonder, can I do that? Can I do that on a daily basis? Or can I sustain juicing or blending? And then, you know, you hear me tossing out these two words, juicing and blending, blending and juicing. And so what's the difference and what do I do? Well, blending is putting all the vegetables together and you mix them up and you drink it. And you get the fiber in there as well. And there's some pluses on that side. Juicing extracts all those minerals, all those vitamins, and you get this nice juice that you drink, and it gets absorbed, for what I've understood and for what I've experienced, faster into the body. It's a difference. What is your preference? When you're exploring the juicing or blending journey, think about a couple of things, and these are just simple steps that I've used. How much money am I willing to spend? How much time am I willing to invest? And am I going to like this? In my personal journey, I started very simple. I didn't go out there gung-ho and spend all this money on buying this fancy juicer. I actually started out with those wonderful mixers that you see in the stores that you can pick up for $20. I've seen them as high as $100, and it was actually a gift that my brother gave to me. And so here I am, I'm looking at the box for several weeks later, and I was thinking, okay, how do I start this? What do I do? One of the things that I thought as I was going to take the leap is, what kind of salads do I like? Well, the majority of the salads that I like have spinach. So I knew, okay, spinach, we're gonna go with spinach. And what do I see that's maybe sweet in spinach? I've seen spinach with strawberries. I've seen spinach with blueberries. And there's an old saying that the sweeter, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I went for blueberries. I figured, you know, the sweetness is gonna come out. And that's how I started. And pretty much what I've done is, here I have my wonderful gift from my brother, and I decided, okay, let's go ahead and put some spinach. Now notice, as I'm doing this, I didn't put a lot of spinach. I was still not a blender convert. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. So I went ahead and said, okay, I usually have spinach in the house. I cook a lot with it. And I got some blueberries. Again, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. So I said, I know the blueberries are gonna probably mask the spinach taste. So I did that. And blueberries are good for you. There's a lot of antioxidants in blueberries. And there you have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put water in it, mix it, and then I'm going to drink it. So I'm adding water because you need something to mix it with. If I were to just mix the blueberries and the spinach, which I have done before in my experiments. You get this clumpy, I don't know, I'm not going to even describe it. It's not a good visual, and definitely you go, what is that? So water just mixes everything up, gives it some good friction. If your water is room temperature, a couple of ice cubes will give it that smoothie texture. Here we go. And I remember I did it on a Monday morning out of all days, first day of work, the start of a new week, and it was interesting. And I got hooked. I still wasn't sure, but I realized I like this. So here you have it, this concoction of blended spinach and blueberries, and you're going, I may not like the color. Again, experiment, explore, figure out what's happening. And you might find out that that old saying, don't judge a book by its cover, very true. So I have a glass here. Looks like green juice. For those of you that do go or make green juice yourselves, it looks like green juice. So what does it taste? I can taste the blueberries. Again, the sweetness for Alvin. I don't taste the spinach as much. There's a lot of fiber in it. The blueberries have broken down. The spinach has broken down. So you are getting that in your palate. Again, a benefit is you're going to feel full. Why? Fiber, vegetables, and it'll also fill you up because it's a lot of water in there. Now notice I'm not squinting my face like this. It really is good. It really is good. The blueberries give it a nice little sweetness, gives it a nice little kick, and I'm also getting a serving of vegetables, in this case spinach. So here's some good simple steps. If you like vegetables or you're wanting to start blending or juicing and you don't want to make the investment, get yourself one of these. Again, they're as cheap as $20 and I've seen them as high as $100. Look at your budget. That's the first thing you should always do. Look at your budget and how can you go into blending or juicing in a healthy, budget-conscious way. Join me again for another simple step.